Alright everyone, welcome back to Let's Play Corpse Party. So what I think happened at the end of the last part was because I saved her at 0 seconds, the game just bugged out and she still died anyways. Kinda stupid though that it made me go through all that scenes just for her to die. But it wasn't too bad going through it when I got to rush the game. Drainage, turn it on, yes. See, now, could I have just done that when she jumped in? I mean, if it really just drained that fast, it would have drained enough for her to live. I mean, well, damn. There's a bunch of bodies in this pool. It's the corpse of a very tiny individual being pickled in this filthy brine for so long it seems to have bloated its skin into a patchwork of something. It's the body of a female student rotting and decayed. Based on size, it appears to be the body of a high schooler. Long-term exposure to dirty, contaminated water has left it quite a mess. It's the body of a female student rotting and decayed. So what do I do here? The dim light around you reflecting off of something deep inside the drainage grate. Try to fish it out. Yes. What is this thing? Some kind of handle? For the pump room. Acquired rusted valve handle. Okay. Hold up. There's a paper here. I removed the wheel from the water pump and threw it into the pool. Hopefully they'll keep anyone from finding the little treasure I left in the spigot. That bitch killed my friend. She could spend eternity without a tongue for all I care. Okay, why would it not let me go up? That was weird. From all swimmers have vacated the pool before draining. Right here. Crew label written on the P's water pump. Right below which is a slot for some sort of level attached. Yes, attach it. Now what will this do? I don't know. As far as it's gonna go, I think it's too rusted to turn anymore. So the wheel is clearly meant to be turned much further. There's so much rust on it that it just won't budge. Just a little bit will have to be enough. But what did it do? Like, what even is? They won't tell me what this is. What does that do? Turn on the showers? They're like... Turn on. What's this? Small hat bag stained with copious amounts of blood. It seems to have fallen from the spigot. An elementary schooler's student is attached to it. Okay, so it's gonna be the one girl. The bag appears to contain a severed human tongue. It's a girl's name. I thought we were gonna be... I mean, I know that they're supposed to cut her tongue out too, but I just think it's weird that I got a tongue. Okay, so apparently turning that thing that little bit got that chick's tongue out to the thing. So I'm guessing now I'm supposed to let her catch me, but just in case, if I'm not, we're saving it. Okay, come here, girl. I'm gonna shove this tongue back in your mouth. Which one do we give it to? That's a good question. I mean, the one was talking, so I'm gonna go with this one. She's got no head above her chin. Gasp. How am I supposed to know whose tongue we've got? Pull out the tongue bag. Yes. Try it. Gurgle, gasp, gurgle. Because the other one was missing an eye. The little girl's spirit is staggering towards Ayumi, blood gushing up from her gaping cross-section of a head as she walked. Please be the right one. Tokiko Tsuji? This is yours, isn't it? I'm giving it back. Offered the spirit to Iko's tongue. Sputter, cough, cough. What happened? The other ghost is headed this way. We have to run. Is she? Okay, yeah, there she is. But now where are we going? Where are we running to? We need her. I'm assuming I don't know where to run to. I gotta get another message from the doll telling me what to do. Yo, doll, where do I go? What do I do? You gotta tell me. You know, please give me a better hint than you did last time, because that hint was terrible. I don't want to have to look up a guide again, even though I have the guide open, just in case. It usually talks to me when I enter a room, so we just gotta try entering every possible room. Staircase, maybe? No. Okay, got knocked back. I guess they don't even question it. Okay, got knocked back. Okay. I'd be like, what the fuck? Okay, we're gonna go in every room, and we're gonna go in the other door of this room just to see. I mean, where the last ghost is, there's nothing up there, so I know up there is a waste. Unless if for some reason I can go into janitor's closet, custodian closet, whatever, but I don't think that will happen. Like, are they gonna talk to me out here, maybe? No? Maybe the pump room? Maybe. We can kind of take a shorter way to get there now, luckily. I don't understand why you can't walk straight into that. That's weird. Anything? You're not gonna talk to us? Oh, this is not the right way. Assuming, like, this place is pretty much pointless now. There's probably nothing here. Hold up, I think I see why that I can't do it that way. Yeah, that's why, because it's not where I think it is. That's basically why. So, back to the other place where What's-Her-Face won't go past, Yumi, and I guess he won't either. I'm not entirely sure. Because there was nothing in there, so I don't think... it's the bitch in the red dress. So this is telling me this is definitely the right way to go. Oh, where now? Here we go again. Where the hell is it gonna take us this time? Weep, shut up. Just tell us where, Jesus. Where your friend was splattered. The floorboards beneath that wall. Oh, now you're being super direct about it. Right under her globby entrails. Where the floor dips and the blood pools. Drip, drop, drip, drop. Smelly, smelly, icky, icky. Get in there good and dig it out. No. Oh, we gotta do it. No. Quit freaking screaming. You getting a good laugh out of this, you sick son of a bitch? God, if that's where it is, I'm not sure we can ever bring ourselves to get it. Is someone there? Morishige, you're alive. Oh, this crazy guy. Ah, Kishinuma and our class rep. I'm very glad to see you both safe and sound. This dude is bad. What happened? It's a long story, so where have you been? I was in the second wing until a short while ago, but suddenly lost consciousness. And when I woke up here, it felt as if the air had somehow changed. Oh yes, and I did briefly cross paths with Mokida and his sister. You did? So they're okay too? They are, though when I next ran into Mokida's sister, it seems she and her brother had parted ways. Morishige? What is that in your hand? Ah. Morishige appears to be grasping a blood-soaked pouch in his hands. Oh, this? I found it under the floorboards in the hallway. Just up these stairs. Is it some kind of charm? Do you want it? Please take it. I'm merely searching for a certain someone, so I have no need for charms at the present time. Received another tongue bag from Morishige. As with the others, there's a student ID name tag attached to the front. Heavenly Host Elementary School, Class 5-2, Yuki. Well, I should be going now. Something wrong, class rep? You look like you've seen a ghost. Yes, one more thing. Moki just said we should all try to meet in classroom 1A. Okay. The dude is bad, and nobody is questioning this. That dude can't get any more bad. I'm guessing... Like, that's it. Like, I cannot get any more bad. It wasn't from, you know, Suzumoto's spot. Maybe it shifted over a few feet, and he got it from there. I mean, if he didn't, then... That really freaked me out. Did you see his hands? They were covered in blood. Because the dude is bad. Like, I'm sorry. Like, you people are stupid. For one, he's like he's the only one who's like just completely calm about this whole thing. Now give her her tongue. So it's all tongues. So basically I just took a random guess on the headless one. Here, have your stuff back. Give it back, give it back. Don't worry, you can have it back. This girl's missing an eye. All we've got is a tongue. Is that going to be enough? What do we do? Pull out the tongue bag? Yes. Girl lowers her head and begins rocking slowly back and forth. Yuki Kano. This is for you. It is yours, isn't it? Offered the spirit Yuki's tongue. Hanyu. Thank you very much. We did it, Shinozaki. All three of them. All that's left is the girl in the red. No, no more. Every time I talk to these ghosts, I feel like I'm getting closer and closer to death myself. Do you have any idea what that's like? I keep picturing how I look when I'm dead, and I'm not even trying. It just pops into my head all on its own, and it's such a horrible image. I want to go home. I just want to go home. Back to my mom and my sister. And Mokida. So what, she likes Mokida too? Shinozaki. Alright, next one is mine then, okay? So just try to pull yourself to get what? God damn it, not again. Well, if all the spirits are defeated, this one's big too. It should kind of return it to one realm, shouldn't it? God. The yelling. What the hell? It's that ghost from earlier, but what the hell is it doing? Is that telling me to go there? roof. Was I knocked out? Where am I? This looks like normal school, man. Is this our classroom? No fooling. We'll get a Yumi. Shinozaki. Hey, wake up. She's breathing at least. Shinozaki, come on, wake up already. Kishinuma? Huh? What? Take a look around you. I can hardly believe it myself, but here we are. No way. We're back, for real? Is this really our school? It's really real. Check it out. Here's my desk. Mine too. It's right here. I can't believe it. Something's gonna happen. It's true. Yeah, we made it. We're home. We're home. Fuck yeah, suck on that, world. Okay, I wouldn't be so happy yet. Okay, well I can play now. Do I just talk to her? I never thought I'd live to see home again. The needle on the clock in the hall is pointing to 8, and there's not a soul in sight. Guess there's no Satoshi or Miss Yui or anyone else, huh? Okay, so he just says the same thing. Miss Yui even has some cans of cat food in here. Not sure that's the sort of thing she should be storing in the classroom, though. Venturing out in search of the others, you find that even the janitor has likely gone home. The lights around the halls are pitch black. Only the red glow of the light next to the fire extinguisher offers any respite from the quaint, quiet darkness of the school hallway. Standing around the darkened corridor of our school building at 8 o'clock in the evening just feels so surreal. As the thunder and rain grow in intensity, the windows began to condensate with moisture, turning white in contrast to the corridor sea of black. Is this reality? Was everything up until now just a dream? Where am I right now, and what am I doing? What? Shinozaki, what's wrong? They coming back to get us? What? What the hell is this? It's not over, is it? Why isn't it over? Why? Damn it. It's you. No. Go back, don't come any closer. It was a rainy evening after school, just like this one. On the day I was kidnapped. I remember I had a fight with my mom that morning. Why is she telling us this? I have no idea. I didn't want to see her face. So at school I decided that instead of going home, I'd park myself in the outdoor walkway for a little and watch the rain. That's when Mr. Yoshikazu showed up. He sat down next to me. I told him all about my fight with Mom, and he listened very closely and just kept saying, uh-huh, uh-huh. He was sick and couldn't speak much, you see, but he was a very kind man. I really liked him. But then... You two are nice people. I'm so sorry. She's so tiny, she must be 5th grader? Yuki Kano, right? Thank you for what you did back there. For making the effort to help those of us who were killed in that school. Didn't we succeed though? So why are you still here? No, you didn't. But we returned your tongues. We gave you back your ability to speak out. And we even got your murderer to repent for what he did. Is it just that you can't forgive him no matter what? Oh crap. Repentance is between the criminal and the victim. It's the sole act capable of moving us. And we exist as fragments of the sacred ground upon which heavenly host is sealed. I believe that moving us is your best course of action. But it's not enough. His repentance just wasn't enough. So you're saying his words, the words spoken by the doll, weren't enough to appease you? That's not... Huh? So what then? Why do you feel the need to trap one innocent stranger after another in that godforsaken place? You Chai spirits are the one who summoned us there, aren't you? That's not true. The hell do you mean by that? We're just the cogs that hold the closed spaces together. But you killed Suzumoto, didn't you? Wait. Huh? Let's hear her out. I'm just glad I was able to get even the two of you back to safety. Why the hell are you suddenly so concerned about us? I heard about a situation like this from my sister once. A lost soul whose life was ended violently and erupted, leaving her without a mountain of worries and regrets. It's kind of like stopping short at the edge of madness. With all sorts of thoughts and feelings swirling around in your head, your kindly nature and your sudden hatred and panic began to spin around and around, and you just start acting out without any sort of control. Your sister's some kind of medium or something? Yeah, something like that. So what you're saying is this little girl and the creepy little girl we met before are two sides of the same coin? I feel for you, I really do, so please, please, bring the rest of them back. Mokita, Miss Yui, and everyone else too, bring them all back home. Come on, you can do it, right? I don't think that's possible anymore. Why not? Those closed spaces have eaten a lot of innocent souls, far too many, in fact. The grudges of those who died there have filled every last corner of them. There's no room left. And because the agony and pain has nowhere else to go, it's begun feeding on the minds of souls like us who were bound there. It won't be long before I turn back into a vengeful spirit who attack people like you without mercy. So we're going to lose you as an ally then. So why don't you just hurry up and bring them home right now? Isn't there any way for us to save Mokita and the others? There may be one way. What is it? I think you already know. You have to return to the closed spaces. Find all four of us heavily held serial kidnapping and murder victims and put us all to rest. Then the closed spaces won't have their cogs anymore, so they'll begin to fall apart. And you just might get your friends back. You expect us to go back? And this time, instead of just having one person left to appease, we have to go back to the drawing board and appease all four of you? Why couldn't you tell us the reason our previous efforts weren't good enough? What is there to hide? It's just something I don't want to remember, but if you really want to know, I'll tell you. I'll tell you everything that happened. Yuki's spirit gently took hold of Ayumi's hand, and in an instant, their two beings seemed to merge together into a single mind. What's going on? It hurts. It hurts. The end of chapter 4. No, maybe not, huh? What happened to me? Didn't I pass out? So why am I fully aware right now? Can't see a thing and I can't move. It's like that feeling you get when you're really tired. Sleep paralysis, I think. Where? She's reliving her memories. Why can't I move? Sachiko Shinozaki, little girl in a red dress and the only survivor of the horrific murders that occurred in Heavenly Hills Elementary School. Following the incident, Sachiko's family fled from the area, moving to another to escape the frightful memories that remained here. I already read this. Strangely, however, I've been unable to locate any other records of the Shinozaki family. No matter where I look, the only information I can find about them comes from newspaper reports on the Heavenly Hills murders. Granted, when an elementary school becomes the stage for a grisly incident such as this, perpetrated by none other than the principal's own son, it stands to reason that the scandal would serve as a primary focus for public interest, with all other details fading into the background. So, of course, after learning that Sachiko was safe, another news of her whereabouts was largely ignored in favor of the media circus surrounding the school. But there's more to it than that. People weren't just uninterested in learning of Sachiko's histories or whereabouts. There was simply no data to be had. I can't move my body because of sleep paralysis, I guess. Why does it keep going back and forth? But I can clearly see the room I'm in now. There's one boy and two girls in here aside from myself. I recognize them. They're the children who were killed in Heavenly Hills during that incident, but they're still alive. Unfortunately, they're all bound hand and foot and just sprawled out on the floor, and so am I. That's the real reason I can't move. Somebody please save me. No, stop. No, please, no. Eyes. The hell? No, I can't see. Now I'm blindfolded. I can't see a thing that's happening to me. And since my hands and feet are tied up, I can't remove the blindfold either. That just makes everything so much worse. I guess because I can't see, I begin to listen more intently. The helpless cries of the other children echo off the walls of the cramped room. I'm so scared, it feels like my head's going to explode. What are you doing to me? Why am I blindfolded? Untie me. Cut the ropes. I want to be able to use my hands and feet. Please. Please. You don't seem to be caring. I kept begging and pleading, but all I heard was response was the man walking away from me. In order, okay? In order. So he's taking them probably in order of some kind of age, class maybe. I've never heard screaming like this before. It's pure primal terror, cutting through the air like a perfect sin wave. It's the boy at the end. It feels like he's screaming for eternity. I think he's being killed right now. My God, what the hell is he doing to him? No one deserves this. Why isn't God allowing him to fall unconscious so he doesn't have to suffer? It's been at least a half an hour now. Those inhuman screams of a young boy being ripped apart from the inside have finally come to a halt. No! Okay, now he's grabbing the knife. It's not even a single moment of silence. The first of the girl in line is the next to scream for her life, and the symphony goes on. It sounds like he's punching them, though. I thought he cut their tongues out. God, I can't take any more of this. I'm losing my mind. Stop it, stop it, stop it. No, you're next. Is it still going on? Come on, just die already. Die already. God, what is wrong with me? You know what? I don't care. Just get it over with and leave me in peace. Finally, after hearing a sound like a heavy object being dropped, the noise stopped and the room grew quiet again. Those footsteps are getting closer. All my hair standing on end at this point. Everything below my stomach feels like it's frozen, like I've suddenly been stricken with severe diarrhea. In order, God, why am I relieved by that silence? The kid next to me just died. Which means it's my turn now. Somebody's got me by the hair. They're pulling my head up. And taking off my blindfolds means I get to see the face of my killer. Now we're back to them again. The 4 missing children were found in the basement room at Heavenly Hills Elementary School, unused and officially sealed since the building's construction. When authorities entered, they were greeted with an inhumanly horrific sight. Based upon the evidence at hand, the murder weapon was determined to be a pair of large sewing scissors found in the hands of the accused. Investigators suspected some hesitation of the man's part, however, as the deceased victim's wounds did not indicate that his full strength had been used. Nonetheless, he had clearly acted with extreme malicious intent. The official cause of death was that 3 murdered children had been listed as loss of blood following removal of the tongue. Okay, so that's why he stabbed the shit out of him first. But the actual state of affairs was not quite so clinical, nor even so pleasant, if you can believe it. The following details have been extrapolated from information previously unreleased to the public, or at least previously unreported by news outlets. These details of the crime are based on the official police testimony of Sachiko Shinozaki herself. Evidently, the victims were bound, blindfolded, and spaced out on the floor, then killed one by one. One was repeatedly stabbed in the abdomen with the aforementioned pair of scissors, then had many of his internal organs forcefully dug out. His discarded innards were found partially buried beneath the earthen floor of the basement room. Another was stabbed in the head dozens upon dozens of times, so much to an extent that all flesh and bone above her jawline was essentially minced away. With my blindfold removed, the sight that appeared before me was more horrific than anything I could possibly have imagined. The person staring back at me, brandishing a blood-soaked pair of sewing scissors, wasn't the large man from earlier at all. It was one of the children. It was a little girl. Her face dyed red with the blood of her victims. So the little girl did it. She was staring intently at me with soulless gray eyes, and then she just started giggling. She was opening and closing the blazes over and over again, and the sound kept echoing throughout the room. Then she took those dull, rusty, thoroughly soaked blades and slowly brought them closer and closer to my left eye. How? Why? Why is it you? No. 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 Yeah, you're done. Still don't understand why she's haunting this place, though. The third victim was stabbed in the left eye and indeterminate number of times. Undetermined. Why did I read it like that? Until her eye became soup-like inconsistent, she was eventually just left like that, slowly bleeding to death in horrible agony. Strangely, it was only after those mutilations had already been inflicted that the killer went back and severed the victims' tongues. Learning the truth about these proceedings is shocking even to me, and makes it nearly impossible to accept the murderer as anything but a monster. And bearing witness to every moment of that was a 7-year-old girl named Sachiko. In many ways, she's the most pitiable and long-suffering of them all. But it was through her tearful, frightened testimony that Yoshikazu was officially charged. Now, going back to the hunt for information on this unfortunate girl's whereabouts, it was her words that ultimately led to Yoshikazu's sentencing. Therefore, it comes to no real surprise that sensitive information pertaining to her and her family would be withheld. That's to be expected. What's not expected, however, is that there's not even the slightest trace of this information left to find. It's as if it simply never existed. Therefore, I cannot help but consider alternate possible explanations, and I remind you this is mere conjecture. But one question keeps nagging at the back of my mind. Was Yoshikazu really the murderer of the 3 victims? No, we just learned that. Is it possible the crime was not actually perpetrated by him at all? Think about it. In his final days, Yoshikazu was incapable of communicating with others through speech. And despite his childlike reversion, he's always been a passable and friendly man. As the saying goes, he wouldn't hurt a fly. All his relatives, friends, and neighbors confirmed as much, shocked to hear that such a kindly man could commit these unconscionable atrocities. He certainly had no motive for the crime either. There was nothing for him to gain from it. Then again, he may simply have lost his mind. Look at his father. It was around the same time that Principal Takamine suddenly began speaking in tongues and acting in most peculiar ways. Not to mention scribbling incomprehensible gibberish all over the walls as if possessed. He seemed frightened of someone and would often be found crouching in the corner of his office, moaning and thrashing when visitors came by. If he could wind up in such a beleaguered state with no warning, then perhaps so too could his son. I believe that we're looking at a curse far more powerful than anything man could devise. From the time it opened its doors to the day it closed them forever, the Heavenly Host Elementary School sealed basement room has existed as some form of cursed ground. And to find the underlying cause, we must go back beyond the infamous kidnapping and murder incident, back a whole 20 years. I believe I may have found a clue that could shed some light on the situation. It may be a bit far-fetched as leads go, but it's a lead nonetheless. Regrettably, since Heavenly Host was not only closed down but demolished altogether, and another school built in its place, it's no longer possible to investigate the basement room directly, but my protege has found what may be the next best thing. Something that could make the impossible possible once more. Preparations are being made to pursue this lead even now. Be sure not to miss the next installment. It may be the scoop of a lifetime. And then that's probably the end of Chapter 4, meaning we get to go to the final chapter. Yep. Okay. Whew. That was a long part, but that's because that end scene was ridiculously long. And I didn't want to say anything in case it was wrong, but when I watched somebody's Let's Play a long time ago, I did recall the evil person was... I couldn't really say that it was the chick in the red dress off memory, but I remembered it being a girl. So, I had the speculation the whole time that the guy wasn't the one behind it. But, since it was so long ago, I couldn't remember for sure. Anyways, thank you for watching. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to see when I upload the next part.